Have you ever found yourself in a situation when you open up a food product and wondering if it's still good?
This could be life or death with a complete collapse of society. When it comes to prepping, everybody wants to stockpile food that will last pretty much forever.
Here's your list of 20 items that will last indefinitely if you store them the right way.
Here we go. White rice.
We pour our rice in these reusable bottles. This was an old seltzer bottle. We cleaned it really well and make sure it's extremely dry before you pour your rice in it.
And also, some people complain or have problems with weevils, rice weevils specifically. We've actually never had that problem. But if you put the rice in right away, again, make sure the bottle is dry and seal it off, you should be good to go. But if for some reason you do have weevils in there, in third world countries, what they do, by the way, is they prepare the rice and they just pick the weevils out or eat them along with the food because it's actually good protein.
Canned meat. Everyone talks about Spam, but there's so many other options. There's tuna, salmon, beef, chicken.
Yeah, and the thing is, canned meats, high in protein, is the perfect food for survivability, for stockpiling canned meats. Now, all you have to do is make sure the integrities of the can remain intact and you'll be good to go. White sugar.
It can last forever in a cool, dry environment.
Yeah, and some stores actually even sell those huge 10-pound cans that actually, come with sugar in them. But you don't need to do that. Just buy your sugar and put it into an airtight container and put it in the environment. It should be good to go for forever.
Dry beans. In an airtight container, they can last up to 3 years.
But the best way to do it is once you get the bags of dry beans, put it in a Mylar bag, vacuum seal it with an oxygen absorber. It'll last pretty much forever that way. Honey. Stored away may actually get hard or grainy. That's not a problem. It'll still be good.
The way to fix that is by boiling water and putting it in it.
And did you know research has actually found honey that the Egyptians stored in tombs 3,000 years ago?
Wow.
And it's still good.
Maple syrup. Now, we're not talking about syrup that you buy at the stores. We're talking about syrup that you harvest yourself.
Sometimes in the stores you can actually get the pure stuff and it may work. But what you do is you store it away and years later you pull it out. If there's like a mold layer on it, scrape it off, reboil it, and it should be good to go. It will be. Hard liquor. And they're pretty much all good. Whiskey, rum, your pick. Tequila, gin, vodka. Did I miss any? Whiskey, bourbon?
As long as they're 80 proof or better.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the key. Just take them, store them away. You can open them, close them. It doesn't matter. Now, be careful about the creams like bourbon cream and such, because the creams actually have dairy in them and they will expire. So if you ever see on the bottle, refrigerate after opening, that's not a storage one. And flavored ones too, you want to go with a straight liquor, straight hard liquors.
Vanilla extract.
That's because vanilla extract, guess what, has 80 proof or higher basically in the liquid.
It's really easy to make. All you need is vodka or rum and vanilla beans. I will link in the description below on how to make it.
Vinegar.
Now you need to keep it in a cool, dark place in its original container.
Yeah, and since vinegar is made from a fermentation process anyway, it can't go bad. It already is bad per se. And it's so acidic, it'll never cause any changes in the properties.
Powdered milk. Keep it in a dry environment free of oxygen.
Yeah, the USDA said it'll last indefinitely. Now, once you do open it from its original container, it has like a 3-month shelf life. But before you do that, it'll last forever for you. Cornstarch.
Keep it in a cold, dark, dry environment.
Yeah, in its original container is just fine. And this thickener will last indefinitely.
Canned veggies. Just like canned meat, veggies will last forever.
Yeah, corn, peas, carrots, green beans, whatever you like. As long as the can is sealed and its integrity has not been compromised, you're good to go. Dry pasta.
Dry and dark is the best.
Yeah, just an airtight container. Mylar bags are great, oxygen absorbers, all those things to keep moisture and stuff out. And keep away from the pests. For some reason, mice, they like pasta. Not sure why.
Coffee and tea.
Coffee needs to be dry and dark, completely airtight. So same thing, put them in Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, vacuum sealed. That is definitely your best way to go.
And tea is the same way. It lasts longer with a loose leaf.
Yeah, and then furthermore, if you want to bypass all that, instant coffee works if you like the stuff. It actually works best in its original container. Soy sauce.
Now you want to keep this in a cool, dark cabinet.
Yeah, it'll last pretty much forever and make you happy to be in the apocalypse with your sushi.
Ghee butter.
It's also called clarified butter. It's just butter literally where water's been removed.
So just make sure you don't keep it near your stove or near water or steam.
Spices and seasoning.
Great. The biggest battle you'll find with is the moisture.
Yeah, so if you actually have larger amounts of the seasonings, put them in a Mylar bag with oxygen absorber until someday you'll need them to pull them out. Then when the societies collapse, you can actually enjoy it with flavor.
Wheat berries and grain. Keep them absolutely dry and airtight.
Yeah, vacuum sealed bags work best. A lot of people actually put them in their giant plastic storage buckets, but there's people who argue that the actual plastic will seep into the berries themselves. So other people will put them in the Mylar bags, vacuum seal it, oxygen absorbers, and then put them in the buckets for storage for long term. Salt.
Having lots of salt is essential.
Yeah, and it has so many uses besides food, medical, and other stuff too. It's cheap to put on your list and have tons of salt. Keep it nice and dry and you'll be good to go.
Hard candy. You heard me right, candy. Keep it in a dark, cool, airtight container.
Yeah, and you'll need the quick energy from candy that it provides to get rid of marauders in the wasteland that's coming pretty soon to a neighborhood near you. Hopefully not. All right, anyways, what would you put in the comments below for additional things? I'm sure there's other stuff too. Again, put them in the comments below. Now, we have another video you should watch too. Look in this little link right here and click on it and check out this next video.